What's up, everybody? My name is Zach Pasquarello, and I am a bookkeeper, and I used to make videos talking about my trucking company, and then I started making videos teaching you how to start your own bookkeeping business in less than 30 days with no experience. And now I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really know why I'm making these videos. I've been super busy the past 2 months, and I have been making a lot less videos than I was before. And I'm making this video today just because, honestly, I enjoy making these videos, and I'm going to treat this almost like my own personal journal or my own personal diary. That way, in 5 or 10 years, I've got something to look back on. So if you are new to the channel, this is going to be kind of a different video. If you've been watching my channel for the past 2 years, I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. There's one thing I do know, and that is I have a passion for business, and I also have a passion for teaching other people. And using these videos through YouTube, that has kind of been my medium for teaching people. First, it was how to do bookkeeping and accounting, and then I kind of transitioned to how to do bookkeeping for a trucking company, and then it kind of evolved into just trucking companies in general. But then in December, I got rid of my trucking company, so I stopped teaching people how to start a trucking company because I didn't have one anymore. So I transitioned to teaching people how to start their own bookkeeping business, which was going great. But then in May of 2023, my bookkeeping business just absolutely exploded. So I don't really have time anymore to make these YouTube videos teaching you how to start a bookkeeping business. And I was going to create a course teaching you how to start a bookkeeping business, but honestly, I don't have time for that right now. So I'm going to try to continue creating one video per week. I think I made one last week. I'm going to talk about my bookkeeping business. I might talk about my life in general. I'm definitely going to talk about QuickBooks and bookkeeping in general because I love teaching you not only how to start your own business, but also how to do bookkeeping for your business. In this video, I'm going to talk about how much money I've made in the first 6 months of this year and kind of how my business has developed and how I've utilized social media for advertising and marketing to get clients. So I've had a bookkeeping business for 3 years, and a lot of the things I'm going to talk about are specifically about my bookkeeping business. However, I strongly believe that a lot of these principles can be applied to a lot of other online service-based businesses. So first of all, let me talk about my progression. Okay, so I started my business in the fall of 2020, and I got my first client in the fall of 2020, which means that 2021 was my first full year in business, and I ended up making a net income of $70,000 in 2021, my first year in business, which if you've ever started a business, honestly, I'm really proud of that because it was my first year. I had never started a business before. It was just me. I barely had any bookkeeping or accounting experience. I had no business experience. I am super proud of my first year of my bookkeeping business. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have made it. I am happy about this. I don't necessarily need that much more money. If more money comes, that's cool. But I can support my family with this money. I can do all the things that I want to do with this money, and I can live comfortably. So I was stoked that I made 70 grand in my first year. Now, fast forward to 2022, and I made a lot more money just because my business slowly started to grow. And in a few minutes, I'm going to talk about how I grew my bookkeeping business. And keep in mind, these principles are specifically about my bookkeeping business. However, I think they can also be applied to most other online service-based businesses. Okay, so 2022, you can see here $110,000. I was like, wow, I have really made it. I am legit. It's been 2 years now. I don't need any more money. This is awesome. I am so happy about 2022. And then, like I said, in May of 2023, my business absolutely exploded. So 2023, we are only 6 months through 2023, and I have already made $115,000 in the first 6 months of 2023. And I promise you, I'm not making this video to gloat and to say, look at me, look how great I am. I am actually telling you these numbers because, first of all, I'm really proud of the business that I've created, and I'm really thankful to the clients who I've had an opportunity to work with. But I'm showing you guys this because in less than 3 years, I was able to make a lot of money and create a successful bookkeeping business. And if you are thinking about starting a bookkeeping business, which I think a lot of my audience currently is thinking about starting a bookkeeping business, I want to show you that you can do this exact same thing. And I'm about to tell you exactly how I did it. Okay, so let me just say I have never paid for advertising. So everything I'm about to talk about is social media marketing. That is pretty much exclusively how I have got my business and how I've got my clients. So it's a 4-step process. Let me back up a little bit. Starting a bookkeeping business, starting probably any online service-based business is a 4-step process. First, you need to learn bookkeeping, or you need to learn whatever service you're providing. Second, you need to learn how to do marketing and sales so that you can get clients. Third, you need to deliver A+ customer service. So once you actually get that client, you've got to treat them very well. You've got to do everything good for them so that they keep you. And then fourth, you have to work really, really hard. So I don't ever want you to believe that starting a bookkeeping business or probably starting any business is easy. I see a lot of YouTube people and a lot of online gurus telling you that you can start this business and live the life you've always wanted and chill on the beach and work from home. All that is possible. However, it's not easy. It requires a ton of risk, a ton of stress, and a ton of hard work. Okay, so with that being said, the 4-step process to starting a bookkeeping business and probably a lot of other online service-based business. Step number 1 is you've got to create for sales and marketing. Step number 1, you've got to create social media content. And I tell everybody this, you have to do it consistently. So it's a 6-month process. So you need to create content for 6 months and you need to do it every single day. So 5 days a week for 6 months. If you create content once a week for the next 4 weeks and then come back to me and say, hey, like nobody's liking my posts or nobody's reaching out to me, I'm going to say, well, have you been doing it for 6 months and have you been doing it every day? If you haven't, then of course it's not going to work. I promise you it's not going to work. You need to create content 5 days a week for 6 months, and you need to create valuable content, and it needs to engage with your audience, provide value to your audience. The whole point of creating content is so that the people who see it, 2 things. 1, they start to trust you and they start to get to know who you are. And 2, they start to associate you with being an expert in whatever service that you provide. Okay, step number 2, you need to find prospective clients. So you create content on social media. Let's use Facebook, for example. You create a Facebook post every single day, and then you need to find prospective clients. And those would probably be small business owners, most likely in your geographic region. So I am in Pennsylvania, so I would look for small business owners in Pennsylvania. And Facebook makes it kind of difficult to do that, but you just got to find prospective clients. You can search for business owners, you can go into business groups on Facebook, and you can sort through the members, and you can find prospective clients through a multiple of different ways. But you got to find prospective clients, and then you have to connect with them. So friend request them and connect with prospective clients, because right now your Facebook audience, your Facebook friend group is probably a bunch of friends from high school and a bunch of family members, and they are not going to hire you to do their bookkeeping unless randomly they are business owners also, but more than likely they're not going to hire you. So you need to turn your Facebook into a business profile where you are connected to other business owners or your prospective clients. So right now, whenever I started my business, I had like 300 Facebook friends. I rarely ever used my Facebook. I maybe posted once a year, and I just didn't really use it for anything. So I completely converted my personal Facebook page, and now I'm friends with, I think, almost like 3,000 or 4,000 people. And every single person that I have friend requested or connected with in the past 3 years has been a business owner. So I completely converted my Facebook into this business persona, this bookkeeper, this online bookkeeping expert guy who now talks about bookkeeping and QuickBooks and business and connects with business owners. That's not what I was 3 years ago, but I've completely converted my Facebook page. Okay, 4th and final step, you need to engage with your audience on Facebook. So it's not enough to just create content and log off and be done with the day. It's not enough to just create content and friend request people. In order to make all of this work, you have to engage with your prospective clients, engage with your audience, engage with your friends, because you need to start thinking about your social media as your reality or as your real life. So in the past, people have gone to networking events to network with prospective clients. People went out a lot more to the mall or to the movie theater or to the park to kind of like socialize and meet with people. Nowadays, because of the internet and social media and cell phones, people are networking and socializing almost exclusively on the internet through social media. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying that is the reality. So we need to take advantage of that as business owners, and we need to engage with our community on Facebook, and we need to build relationships with people. Through building relationships with people, you build trust with them. They start to get to know you. They start to trust you. All of a sudden they need a bookkeeper and they're going to hire you. Or what happens to me all the time is people who I don't even necessarily know, I'm Facebook friends with them, they've seen my posts, and they actually refer me to one of their friends, and then that other person turns into my client. So I am reaching maybe 3,000 people on Facebook, but then all 3,000 of those people, you can see exponentially, those 3,000 people also know 1,000 or 2,000 people. So now all of a sudden, your reach has exponentially increased, because not only are you connected to 3,000 people, but those people also now know who you are, and they are willing to refer you out because you have built that relationship. You've established that trust with your prospective clients through creating valuable content and through engaging with them. So comment on their posts, respond to their comments, like their posts. I'm not saying like spend hours talking to them, but just every once in a while, comment on one of their posts. Just say, hey, that looks awesome. Hey, congratulations. Hey, keep up the good work. Hey, love to see your success. Just simple comments like that on these business owner posts, and that will help you engage with them. So the last thing I'm going to say, this happens to me all the time, and this can happen to you if you do these 4 steps for sales and marketing on social media. I'll send a message to one of my prospective clients, a business owner who I've recently friend requested, and I'll say, hey, I'm a bookkeeper. Let me know if you ever need help with your QuickBooks. And they will respond with, yeah, I know who you are. I've seen your post for the past 6 months. I love what you're doing. I don't need a bookkeeper yet, but I will absolutely reach out in the future when I do need a bookkeeper. Those kind of interactions make me so happy, because that is just affirmation that what I've been doing has been working. They've seen my posts for the past 6 months. They love what I'm talking about. They know who I am. They trust me, and they might hire me down the road.